You know, I think every aspiring shred-I-Knight in training has their favorite alternate picking warm-up phrase that they use, whether that be your classic mind-numbing chromatic exercise, your good old-fashioned sequence scale patterns, or even the legendary Paul Gilbert lick. But if there's one pattern out there that you can learn that's going to get you more picking control and help you learn how to stay loose while you're shredding, it's this one. There's a couple things about that phrase that make it so powerful for us to practice, and I'm going to tell you guys about that. But first things first, let's get your mitts around it. It's an easy enough idea to approach. Just pick 3 notes on one string, and then choose a single note on the next string. And we're going to play that by starting off with a quick burst of speed up the 3 notes using a 16th note triplet. And then whenever you reach the single note on the next string, we're going to decelerate and go down to 8th notes. As you can see, I'll walk down and walk back up the B string there. That phrasing and rhythmic approach produces an unusual 9-note sequence that has some amazing properties to help us improve our alternate picking. You could even take that across 2 strings and take it all the way up a scale, like this. And on today's video, I'm going to show you guys exactly what makes that such an important phrase to practice if you want to become a better shredder today. Well, hey there kids, it's your good buddy Uncle Ben, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys an awesome 9-note phrase that has snuck its way into my practice sessions and has helped me become a more confident alternate picker in no time. I can't wait to share this one with you guys. As always, today's video is brought to you all by everybody who supports my channel over on my Patreon page, patreon.com/Ben Eller Guitars. Sign up today for all kinds of awesome stuff like bonus videos, backing tracks, downloadable tabs, and so much more. This week, everybody who supports my channel, even for just $1 a month, is going to get a super extended ad-free cut of this video with even more information about how to practice this powerful phrase, as well as the guitar profiles, practice tracks, and downloadable tabs to go along with this lesson. So don't delay, sign up today. Gear-wise for today's video, I'm going to be playing my lovely Ibanez RG 47B95XQ. I have no idea how they do the model numbers anymore. And I'm playing that through my Marshall JCM 800 with the legendary tones of Mr. Scary Hot Mod Doohickey there in the back. Very technical term. Sounds awesome. Now, I know that we all have our practice routine favorites. I know for myself for a long time that was this guy. And I know for a lot of people, they love the good old Paul Gilbert, as I mentioned earlier in the video. But there's a problem that both of those exercises share, and that's that they're kind of a one-way street for our picking hand. For example, the 4-note chromatic guy, every string ends on an upstroke, every string starts on a downstroke. That means all the changes are going to be inside picking changes only. The opposite is true for the Paul Gilbert, right? Every time you play that, you're leaving the D string, in that example, on a downstroke and playing the G string on an upstroke. It's only outside picking changes. Whereas if you want to become a really well-rounded alternate picker, you need to master both outside and inside changes. And that's exactly what this 9-note phrase can show you. Check it out. Because it's an odd number of notes, that means that the picking is going to flip-flop every single time if you're keeping true alternate picking going. No economy picking. We'll do some economy picking stuff later on in the month. Don't worry about that. This is just going to be to improve our alternate picking. So stay tuned for more economy picking stuff. Now, if you play this with alternate picking throughout, the first time that you play it, you're going to start off on a downstroke. And the next time, it's going to start off on an upstroke. That means by putting this phrase on repeat, we kind of get two different versions of it. The first one here features outside string changes. And the next one is going to be inside changes. So you put this one phrase on infinite loop like that, and you end up practicing both inside and outside changes, which is what you need to become a more better shredder. And really importantly here, because it features that kind of changing of gears, going from high gear with the 16th note triplet down into low gear for the 8th notes, those speed bursts are really going to help you hone in your sense of relaxation. Because here's the deal, whenever you're practicing exercises that are just non-stop 16th notes, for example, at a really high tempo, you might start tense and play tense the entire way through and not even really notice it because that's just how you've been the entire time, right? Whereas whenever you have speed burst based exercises like this one, which I'm a huge advocate of, because you're constantly changing gears like this, you get to really experience the difference between how your playing feels when you're playing fast and how it feels whenever you slow down and relax a little bit more. If you feel like you're really tensing up whenever you play fast and really loosening up whenever you play slow, that's not really what you want. You want to be just as relaxed no matter how fast you're playing. You can really test yourself and see if you're staying relaxed the entire way through. The exercise that I made to go along with this is in the key of E minor, and it takes it up a pair of strings. You can walk it up the D and G strings, the B and E, the A and D, whatever, dealer's choice. But either way, what we're going to do is to play this phrase up and down those two strings, and then back down so we can do the descending version of everything too. Let me show you guys how this is going to go. Our first sequence of notes is going to be the first 4 notes of the E minor scale. E, F sharp, G, A. We're going to play that phrase twice in that position. Again, we do it 2 times so we can get the inside and outside variation. Then we're going to move up to the F sharp note right here and play up F sharp, G, A, and B. Start from G now, G, A, B, C. A, B, C, D. B, C, D, E. C, D, E, F sharp. D, E, F sharp, G. And then you end up an octave above where you started. So the ascending portion of the workout is going to sound like this. The descending portion is going to flip that, so we have 3 notes on the high E and 1 note on the B. Same phrasing and stuff. We're going to start off with the downstroke and the quick triplet, and then to the B string here, and then up and down. So we end up with this sound. Then start from B, A, G, F sharp, E, D, and then C. You're going to want to practice that at various tempos using your metronome, or better yet, the guitar profiles and practice tracks that I'm putting up over on the Patreon page. So be sure to sign up today and grab all those goodies over there. Now, just like our belly buttons, most players tend to be innies or outies. I've always been an outside picking player myself, kind of Paul Gilbert style, I suppose. But your mileage may vary, and here's what I want you guys to really focus on as you're practicing through this sequence here. Let's put it on A, B, C, D here on the D and G strings. Now, one thing that really helps me out here to keep my alternate picking consistent and true the entire way is to think about certain notes as being like the cornerstone of the entire lick, right? For me, that note is the single note that will land, in this case, on the G string. That one right there. That's the note I think of as being kind of the cornerstone. That's where I'm putting most all of my focus and attention on. And here's what I'm paying close attention to specifically. The first time through, whenever I play the lick, that note should be an upstroke. Up, right there, right? The next time through, I should be smacking that note with a downstroke. So the first time is up. The second time it's down. Up, down, up, down, up. I recommend you guys practice it that way, saying up and down as you execute that pick stroke on that cornerstone note every time. There's an amazing thing that happens within our brains. Our brains are great at taking verbal instruction even when the call is coming from inside the house, even when it's our own voice telling us what to do. Have you ever been putting together a piece of IKEA furniture like a Flurbendorb, and you're reading those instructions and you're like, okay, screw A goes into column B. You like say it out loud as you're putting your Flurbendorb together, right? It's because your brain does better when it's taking audio instructions. So even if you're the one saying this stuff out loud, your brain, and thusly your hands, will follow those instructions more better than just flying blind and saying to yourself, well, I guess I'm doing it right, I don't really know. Give yourself that verbal instruction. Up, down, up, down. I guarantee you're going to be more consistent and play it more flawlessly if you do it that way. So there you go, guys, a powerful alternate picking phrase that's going to give you your insides, your outsides, your ups, your downs, your slidewayses, everything that you need and nothing that you don't. Practice that thing consistently for a week or two and report back to the comment section down below and let me know how it's going for you. I'm sure if you're consistent with it and use those guitar profiles and practice tracks that are available over on my Patreon page, it's going to make you a more better shredder in no time. So let me know how it goes for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to like it, hit subscribe, ring the bell for notifications every time I upload a new slice of fried gold, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next on my channel. I'm happy to oblige. Now guys, it's time to get away from that computer. Grab that rock guitar of yours and start putting that phrase to use to help you become the next Shred-Eye Knight. See you guys next time. Less clicking, more picking.